what's going on? Vitaliy Dubinin is here with episode 42 of my daily inspirational show for home business entrepreneurs, where my goal is to inspire you, to learn, to grow, and to succeed, and give you some ideas to help you move a little bit closer to living your dream life. And today I want to talk to you about 14 different traps that people fall into that cause them to ultimately fail to build a profitable home-based business. And all of the ideas that I'm going to share with you right now may sound like they contradict one another, and in a lot of ways they do. They are just in the opposite sides of the spectrum. But I want you to stop and really think about what I'm going to share with you in this video after you're done watching it, because I'm going to dive into some deep insights that can make all the difference in the world. And I learned some of these concepts from one of my mentors, Diane Hockman, who has been in the industry for 15 years. So on one side of the spectrum, one trap that people fall into is they don't invest enough into their business, and they end up without the basic and essential tools and training that they need to grow their business. You know, people are trying to build a business online without having a basic tools like an autoresponder, a capture page software, and having their own domain and hosting their own blog, you know. And it's just not a way to build a business. They are being cheap. And like one of my mentors is saying, don't let your being cheap keep you from being broke, okay? But you also hear people all the time, they say, you know, invest in yourself, invest in your business. And on the other side of the spectrum, there are people who are investing too much money into their business. They're spending too much. They're buying every single course out there that is promising them easy money and easier way, and they fall into the trap of buying and buying and buying, and they don't even go and apply the information. They don't go and study what it is that they are buying. They just keep buying and don't apply it. And I was like that a little bit, you know, when I started this business. I was buying probably too much and invested too much into the business, and I was not even going through all the information that I was buying. And you know, people fall into this trap and easily lured by smart and shrewd marketers that promise them riches and easier ways, okay, and they spend and drop a lot of money that just doesn't make sense. So how do you find this middle golden ground of, you know, not spending enough and spending too much? It comes with experience, but you know, common sense should tell you if you're not making progress, you're probably not spending enough. And if you are keep running your business into the red month after month, you are spending money and you're not making any money, you're buying too many courses, then you should stop buying courses, and you should focus on applying the information that you already have. Find this middle ground. Another trap that people fall into is they don't speak enough with their prospects. They avoid talking to people. And I fall into this trap when I first got started into this business. You know, I was seeing people telling me, like, for example, Dagan Smith, you know, the king of not calling a single lead. And I was thinking to myself, well, maybe I can hide behind my computer and people just come to my website and go through the funnels that I'm going to construct for them, and they're going to buy through me without me even speaking to them, right? And it didn't turn out well. You know, I was losing money left and right until I finally understood that you need to call people, you need to talk to people, you need to get outside of your bubble in your home or in your office and actually talk to people. You cannot go for too long into the business without speaking with prospects, without finding out what are their pains, what they're struggling with, and helping them out this way. Okay? So, you know, don't avoid talking to people. But on the other side of the spectrum, there are people who are spending too much time with their prospects. You know, if you are speaking with the same 6 people for the last 6 weeks, it's not good. Or if you're on the phone and if you're spending 3 hours on the phone without, you know, you don't value your time, Okay, so those are people who are spending all of their days just talking to people, and there's no leverage in that. You cannot leverage your business this way. You have to have systems in place, you have to have structure in place, websites and tools and automation going on. You cannot build a real business just with talking to people all the time. So you need to find this middle ground again, okay? With, you know, if you avoid talking to people at all, you don't have relationships, you don't build trust with people, and you need to start talking with more people. But if you are talking too much with people, you need to slow down and focus some of your time on building systems and automation in place, having some leverage. Now, when you do talk to people, another trap people are fall into is they are getting too personal. Okay, they are you know, trying to find out everything there is to know about your prospects. You don't need to know everything that is going on in their life. You don't need to know the size of their socks, okay, or their favorite team, or what they like to eat for lunch, okay? But on the other side of the spectrum, you know, you don't also want to be, not to be, you know, too impersonal. You know, there are people who sometimes contact me on Facebook and they're trying to sell me something without even basically getting to know a little bit about me, about my business, about what I'm doing. They're just trying to sell me something, and it never works this way. It never works this way, you know. You don't want to be too impersonal. You want to get to know a little bit about the people that you work with, you know, the basic information, you know, where do they live, and how old they are, and do they have kids, are they married, you know. You don't want to go into business without knowing some of this basic information. Now, another trap people fall into is they think they can build this business by themselves. You know, they're standing alone, and they don't go out and build relationship with potential partners and joint venture partners, okay? You cannot build a successful business by yourself. You gotta go out and build relationship. But on the other side of the spectrums, there are people who are forming partnerships too fast. They can meet somebody in the event and they can decide to work together too fast, you know, without getting to know their partners really well. Now, another trap people go into is they don't get enough new business, okay? They don't focus on getting new customers. If you don't bring new customers into your business, you will not stay for long in business, okay? You gotta bring new blood, new customers into what you are doing, right? But on the other side of the spectrum, there are people who are neglecting their existing customers, their existing business, their existing team, and they neglect them. They don't spend time with them. They don't, you know, lead them and help them enough. So what can happen is their team can fall apart, right? So you want to find again this middle ground, okay? You want to go out and look for new business, but you also want to spend time to cultivate relationships with your existing customers, because your existing customers, the people, you know, the hardest and the most hardest part in growing a home-based business is getting new customers, okay? And if you just focus on getting new customers, it's not good, but you need to also don't neglect your existing customers and have them satisfied, all right? Another trap people fall into is they work too hard. They work 24/7. They work 7 days a week. They don't take vacations. They don't take time to reflect on what they're doing, and they don't take time to spend enough with their families. And what can happen is, if they love their family, you know, their family can you know, say to them and put an ultimatum to them: if you don't spend time with us, you know, their family can be broken apart, and they can quit the business because of that. So you don't want to just work 24/7 and be a workaholic, work all the time. You want to reflect on your business and spend time with your loved ones. But on the other side of the spectrum, there are people who are working not enough. They're not working enough. If you are thinking then just making one blog post, just making one email or video, or talking with 5 people is working enough, it's not. All right, it's not. And a lot of you who are watching this video right now, you should put more effort into your business. You know, at least at the beginning stages, at the first half a year to a year, you want to put much more effort into your business, to have it grow like a baby, you know, to make it grow to a full grown-up adult. Okay, so the last trap I want to talk to you about, there are people on this one side of the spectrum, they don't believe enough that they know enough. They don't believe in themselves, that they have knowledge. And I'm telling you right now, you have knowledge in your head, and you're probably devaluing what you know. Okay, you're not putting enough into the universe. You're not sharing enough. You're not teaching enough of what you know. You have information. If you've been a consistent student of this industry, you have information in your head that other people are going to be willing to spend money and learn from you, and you are not putting yourself out there. Okay, but on the other side of the spectrum, there are people who are thinking and believing that they already know. And the moment that you think that you already know, this is the moment that your business is going to be fall apart, because there is no such point in time that you figure this stuff out. There is always another level. And the more you see successful people, the more successful they are, the more they read books, the more they buy courses, the more they attend live events, and the more they take notes with an open mind, with a curious mind. Because even one idea, if you just learn one idea from an entire event that can change your life, it can be worth everything. Okay, so don't think that you already know something. Always be curious to learn more. There is always another level. So in summary, what you want to do is watch this video once more, because there's a lot of stuff here that I'm sharing, and you want to reflect on your business and think, you know, if you're not investing enough into your business, then you need to start investing for some of the basic tools and trainings to keep it growing. But if you're investing too much, and if you're going into the red, and if you're losing money month after month, you need to stop and evaluate your expenses and focus on more money-making activities. Now, if you avoid talking to people, you need to start talking with more people. If you're talking too much with people, you need to stop doing that and focus on more leverage in your business. Now, if you are working too hard, you need to take some breaks. Okay, if you're not working enough, you need to put some more work into it. If you're not getting new customers, focus on that. If you're neglecting your existing business and team, then you need to start doing that. So there's a lot here to reflect upon, okay? And those ideas, you need to find this middle ground, this middle golden line between those two extremes. And if you find that, it will only come with experience. If you find that, you're going to build a profitable home-based business, and you're not going to fall into the traps that the majority of people fall into this business that keep them failing ultimately if they do that. And I don't want you to fail. I want you to succeed and reach your goals and dreams. So it's been Vitaliy Dubinin with my daily inspirational show, and always remember to dream bigger and think bigger and play even bigger. I'll talk to you tomorrow.